Welcome back to another warm-up show with the hockey coach, the coach Franchise Cliff for the beautiful country of Thailand on the great evening of Thursday night, March 16, 2023. And we have to go all the way to find the co-host somewhere, somehow. He is back in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. Welcome back.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Big night tonight, Coach. 11
Another great evening, Mr. ENORTAP. We are about 6 hours before the St. Patrick. Are you going to be in green tomorrow night?
Only if you need me to be. I'll be in green.
We always like to have people in green sometime during the year of the St. Patrick Day, Mr. ENORTAP. No parade here at the warm-up show tomorrow night. We are only the boss. Maybe the boss be in the parade somewhere, but we'll see what happening about that.
Did they celebrate it in Thailand?
I don't know. That'll be my first time over that. By the way, Mr. ENORTAP, talking about Thailand, I discovered a new sport.
What's the sport?
I cannot believe it. We don't know about that. It's right now, tonight, start yesterday with a great fireworks, Mr. ENORTAP. I never saw my live last night on the beach. This is the time here, Mr. ENORTAP, at Thailand, the World Cup Soccer Beach Asia.
Ooh.
They have over 16 countries represent the team. I don't know the rules, so today I'm going to go to the soccer beach. I'm going to have some kind of interview with the kind of rules, and I'm going to make this on my website or my channel, Mr. ENORTAP. Interesting. They build some stand, everything. It's huge. It's not like it's for 10 days, so it's like if the team show up with bus, everything like that. So don't ask me any rule. I have no clue. But they play the soccer, Mr. ENORTAP, on the beach.
That sounds taxing for sure.
I feel like it's more like the tennis match. You know, when you go to tennis match, like the way they build this, it's a small area. It's not like a big 200 feet. But very interesting about it. I never heard about the World Cup Soccer Beach, Mr. ENORTAP. So it's not like it's real. It's really real. So I'm going to give you a little bit more information about that the next couple of days. But the Hockey Nation show is going to be right there. Report a couple of situations about that game, those games, Mr. ENORTAP. We'll see.
You should
maybe we should have a prediction for the country is going to win. So maybe put this on the end of the week. Who is going to win the World Cup Soccer Beach in Thailand, Mr. ENORTAP? But
make sure you film some of it, Coach.
I know, right? We go to check the 4 game happening last night. Only 4 on the program. Already, surprisingly, a couple of games shock already the wild card. And then a concern about 17 for the wild card. And then we're going to talk about a preview, the 11 game we have on the program. One of them is the Montreal Canadiens play against the Florida Panthers at the Florida Live Arena and Sunrise. So we're going to talk about who's going to be between the pipe for the Montreal. Very surprised with Martin Saint-Louis decision. Talk about the news around the Montreal Canadiens, of course. But Mr. ENORTAP, if you're missing this one over there, I did a video today at the HABS News about the Farrell Hudson, Obi Baker Trophy finalist. And then I talk about the Montreal Canadiens, Jadon Strobel, what he bring on the table, Mr. ENORTAP. But I don't know. Did you see Juraj Slavkovsky recently with Montreal Canadiens?
No, I haven't actually.
I found him yesterday, Mr. ENORTAP.
And where'd you find him?
In Slovakia. He's back at school. He's going to finish his high school diploma, Mr. ENORTAP, the next couple of weeks. So first round pick overall, Mr. ENORTAP, and now he's back at school, at the high school right now to complete his diploma. So really interesting gesture that shows exactly who he is, a specific human being where things are really important. And he wants to complete his high school. Do you really need it? I don't think so. But this is a part that fun people are really smart and they think about those kind of stuff like that. And I just want to share it with you. Slavkovsky back at the high school in Slovakia.
He didn't look too happy to be there though.
It was early in the morning. So maybe it was not his best teach, the way he learned about something. But again, Slavkovsky, he find a way to get back at normal life, everything like that. So good for him, everything like that. But besides that, we have to welcome a couple of people, knock the door. First of all, Gary Cournoyer is in the house.
Hey, Gary. How are you?
Yeah, that's funny because he said, "Look like a jail time for me." Sometimes we think we go to jail, but yeah, someone was at us
I know.
last night happening about this, Mr. Naptap. At some point, I feel really scared
Absolutely.
during the night because I thought I'm going to be like 1-3, and turn around to be not too bad, 2-2. Can understand again the Toronto Maple Leaf. This is if Rick Bengal is in the chat right now, he predict Toronto win. I'm telling you right now, Rick Bengal, you're going to be wrong completely. Last night, this is the end for me for the Toronto Maple Leaf. I thought he's going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning, but last night, this is
Oh,
this
coach.
this I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. It's just discouraged. I can understand now the Leaf fans.
It's one game, coach, one game.
They don't really care. The way they play last night, they don't
Colorado,
really care. They don't
in all
have that
fairness,
kind of
Colorado
the
didn't look that
hammer
good either
about
last night.
that one over there. They don't push. They don't look. Just the shootout. Just the shootout. Just give you the body language of the
Yeah.
players. Just there. Just. I don't believe on that team over there. Anyhow, let's move on to other
It's the
people. We have a
pressure
chat.
when the
Mr. Yamo
pressure's on.
Martinen is in the house.
Welcome, Yermo. Moi moi.
What about our friend Joseph Laham back again?
How's it going, Joseph?
The Devils play tonight, Mr. Natat. The Devils are back on the action again at Tampa Bay Lightning. Sharakovich is back in the lineup for them, so it'll be interesting what he's going to do. And what about Captain Kirk, Mr. Natat, back in the house?
Welcome, Ryan.
There you go. Yamu saw the Phuket, the beach soccer, Mr. Natat. So very interesting about that. Great
Yermo's very
walkout for
worldly.
Mr. Captain Kirk. Yes, it is. I see the woman game. Here we go. This is a man we game right now. Mr. Roger Butch Bouchard, Mr. Top, knock the door. Welcome back, Butch.
How's it going, Roger?
Oh yeah, my white helmet is right there. I only go to use my helmet. We're going to have a winning team. So it's right now is there. And he wait for the winning team, Mr. Top. And William McClary is in the house.
How's it going, William? Welcome.
At least I'm out around Captain Kirk about that one with that. I believe I have a lot of pressure. I agree in our tap about that. I superstar talking about the team that will win the cup, Rick Bengal. This is the end yesterday, Rick. I thought they could maybe have a good run, but I don't see that. Don't see
Oh, coach. I know, but
that.
it's
I
one
don't see that.
game. That's what you have to keep in mind. It's still early.
Comment about Kishore body language on his shootout? Pressure. We need a shoot clock for the shooter now. What about Kuznetsov, Mr. Natap? Shootout, he does his move
Kuznetsov,
slow motion. At some point, you can fall. You can go to the restroom, the bathroom, Mr. Natap, and you come back. It's still Kuznetsov on the shootout. It's just giving an idea how it takes for him to inaptize the goalie, and they fall asleep and then they score. That's pretty amazing about that.
That's it.
I count 17 second yesterday when he did it. 17 times, Mr. Nata.
Of course, he's very cerebral, coach. He has to think as he's going in. Should I go left? Should I go right? Should I deke? Should I
He
shoot?
go on the always. Most of the shots are coming to the glove.
I know.
The key behind that is to see when he's going to do this, right? So, but again, I think yesterday when you look again the shot, the goalie was really deep in the crease. You have to attack more. So if you attack more, he's going to have less time to do it, and that would be less time for him to think about this and not see the whole. Because when you're a goaltender, I'm not a very good coach and goaltender, but I learned a lot from Steve Briere. Think about this, Mr. Top. You are on the top of your crease, right? And you're coming to the goalie, but you see angle, you see hole. If I
Hmm.
put the goalie 1 feet forward, it would be like, yeah, but he get a little bit
You
bigger
cut
and
the
the hole
angle.
are smaller. It's just the perception of your eyes versus with a puck and the goalie in front. So every time the goalie is getting more a little bit forward, that eliminate the hole smaller, and that's
A
what
little bit
happening
more. Yeah.
about that one there. So I think for goalie, have to get out a little bit faster and out of the crease about that, and surprise him. If I was coming like this, Mr. Tap, just for nothing to lose here, I would just dive in with Puck as a goalie. Just surprise him. Like he was not expect that, and he's coming very slow. Then Puck the head guy, the
Yeah,
puck.
we had that. We had that yesterday. Wasn't it? Was it in the Leaf game or was it in the Buffalo game? There was a poke. I think
I
it
think it
was
was
on
Buffalo
Marner,
last
wasn't
night.
it? You think so? Okay.
You are
It
going to
looked
see a
good.
totally different engagement. They win cup before matches head to Arizona. About that, Rick. I don't know if he's going to Arizona, but I know one thing last night. Toronto not going nowhere. They're not going to win about that one of that. For now. Sorry, coach. Main question I always there's yeah, it's okay, William. I got it. Melissa is on the house. Melissa on tap. Welcome back, everybody. Don't forget, guys, to click on the
Melissa.
like if you don't mind. That'd be great. That'd be great about that one. Then, Mr. We're going to start already the show. What caught your attention last night? A couple of conversations. We can talk about 4 teams in NHL. When yesterday, Washington came back by the score of 5-4, 12-4-2, and they scored in shootout. Colorado beat the Toronto Maple Leaf and shootout 2-1. The Minnesota destroy the St. Louis Blues and Jordan Bennington last night. And New York Islanders continues to, what they're supposed to be. Put maybe now Pittsburgh a little bit under not a good position, but the game of the year for me was Washington Buffalo for both teams. Uh, Lucky a little bit, they got 3 out of 4 points, so it's not too bad. I thought the loser of this game was going to be the end of the wild card. They still have a chance,
Yeah.
but you don't like Buffalo last night if you're a Buffalo Sabres fans again. That proved a couple of things, so I will let you talk first, and then I will add more after that.
Yeah, well, with that game, it was mostly, I say, the second and third period. I thought Buffalo had a good first period, but then Washington, I mean, they outshot them. I think it was something like 30 to something like 15 or 16 over the next two periods. So if it wasn't for the work of Luukkonen, who I believe made about 35 saves on 39 shots, I think Washington would have taken control. But again, they had a 4-2 lead, and somehow they blew that with the Ovechkin goal and then the Wilson goal with just over a minute left in the game. That led to the shootout, and while the overtime nothing happened, the shootout, you know, the 1 hour Kuznetsov show proved to be the winner right there. Yeah, so Buffalo, it doesn't surprise me. Like they're right now they're a very young team with a lot of talent, but they have some gaps, and Washington's experience, exploited that last night. I think
You're
the
absolutely right
Colorado
about that. I
Toronto,
think
yeah,
the experience show up yesterday. You need to learn to close the game, right? You need to learn to how
yeah,
it takes to lead. And I didn't at the show by earlier a little bit later. I'm going to talk about the parity in NHL, how close it is, one game at a time. But it's so hard to win in NHL. But last night you see a team right now. Uh, it's a mindset, right? It's how you play the game. And they took advantage of 6 versus 4 and they sent that Wilson tied the game. But again, it's a tough one. It's another one for Buffalo. I think 2 weeks ago they did the same thing. They lost another game slippery between their hands because they have a good position. Mathematically, they are pretty good. They have 2 games in hands. But this
yeah,
tough one last night
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, indeed. But it's good growing pains for the future for them. That's the way I like to look at it. But the game that kind of threw me off, I thought the Colorado Toronto game was going to be the most exciting game of the evening. It turned out to be the opposite. It was
Wow.
hard keeping
So
your
it's not
eyes open.
boring.
Most Oh my gosh, it was probably. I don't even want to say they were playing cautiously. They were just bad. Both teams, I
Oh
thought,
yeah, the no
lost puck
execution.
very easily.
Nothing there. Yeah, it's really that's the reason I
Nothing.
did the game last night. I don't want to do any game anymore, and just focusing on Montreal Canadiens. But I thought that this game would be really pay attention more and interest everything. It'd be fun to watch and everything. But completely reverse.
Yeah, indeed. I thought towards the end, Colorado kind of carried the play a little bit, and Samsonov really made a couple of decent saves that kept the Leafs in it at 1-1. And then like I said, when you go to a shootout, anything can happen. And McKinnon, was it McKinnon that got the winning goal? I think. Yeah, I think it was a nice shot, beat them cleanly, and that was the end of that. The Leafs, even as you said, didn't even look good in the shootout, which is surprising with the kind of snipers that they have. And then the third game, coach. I don't know about your buddy there, Mr. Bennington. I know the score 8-5 Minnesota. That's not the surprising part. Maybe the score being as high as it was, but the surprise was when Hartman scored and he accidentally just brushes by uh, Bennington's pads. He was actually almost pushed into it, and he goes and attacks Hartman in the celebration after the goal, and it was crazy. It was something's got to be done. I know today. I think he received a 2-game suspension, if I'm not mistaken. The ruling came
Yep,
down,
it is.
but at some point, you know what? The referee should just let him go. Like when Fleury came down the ice, let him go at it. Somebody's going to beat this guy, and that's the only way he's going to learn. Either that, or he has to go into some kind of anger management program that the NHLPA offers for players, and he's got to get his head straightened out, because as long as he plays like this, St. Louis is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm
And
surprised you
too
have no
much hope.
response for Hartman and the rest of the team running after Bennington. But you know,
Well, Fleury did, right? Fleury was the guy that came out and challenged him after, but the referees wouldn't allow it. They held them both back, and I say let them go. That's the only way. Sometimes you settle this. And then the last game of the night, again, not a surprise. Maybe the score was a little bit, because I would have thought usually the Islanders don't score a lot of goals when they either win or lose, but they did manage to put 6 goals in yesterday and defeat the Anaheim Ducks by a margin of 6-3. Again, Nelson scored a couple of big goals in that game. He's really been at the top of the game, and like you could tell, he's been carrying the load with Barzal out of the lineup. And I thought they totally dominated. And for the Islanders, they have to continue to do this because they've played those extra games, right? And so they can only think of one thing, and whatever games in front of them, they have to win. Otherwise, they could be the ones that fall off in the wild card race.
yeah, absolutely about that for sure. We have a 3 star of the night. That's not that. Palmieri, 4 point, 1 goal, 3 assists. Finally, the veteran, the 32 years old, step up. Buchnevich for the St. Louis Blues have a hat trick. And then Hartman, 3 point, 2 goal, 1 assist for the Minnesota Wild. Well, like you said, it was a wild game between the Blues and the Wild. That gave a big W for the Minnesota because they're still fighting for the spot. They are really between the sandwich right now, right? They have the ham
Yeah,
of the sandwich because up they have Dallas, behind they have Colorado. They make a big push about that, and it's really interesting if you're Minnesota because which one do you want to meet? I'll ask you a question: who do you prefer to play against, Colorado or Dallas?
Hmm. Well, probably Dallas, given those two choices. But I'm telling you, Dallas is starting to look good again, and they're complete. The key for Dallas will be is if they get Sagan back. Even though he wasn't having the greatest of years, he was producing a little bit more. But they look good too. But yeah, Colorado, nobody
But they
wants
have
to
that.
face
They have
Colorado.
that enough now. So that we have to give a little bit more concern about Dallas now, Mr. Natap. We have a few
Yeah,
people knock the door, Mr. Natap. So we want to welcome everyone here. First of all, John Mickelson is back in the house, Mr. Natap. Long time we don't see Johnny.
welcome,
Hopefully you're
John.
doing well. We have André Robert Drouin back in the house. André, thanks so much. Bush is around too. We have a Real Deal. The Prim is in the house. Welcome back. And then we have Melissa, we
Welcome,
talked
Real.
about her a little bit earlier. William McClary, like I said earlier. Then we have Zev Lecav, knock the door, Mr. Natap. Following by Run with Kings, moderator de Hockey Nation Show. Welcome back. Thanks so much. Willie Snyder from Denver is in the house. And so that's what we got so far.
Welcome, everyone.
But we have a few people, Mr. Natap, have to take the road for the boss. Last night with a record of 3-1, you're one of them. Congratulations for 3. I think Chicago, we have other people, Mr. Natap, are 3-1 last night. So we want to put them already in the boss. Enjoy the ride. Here we go. Here we go. First of all, before we talk about Montreal Canadiens, Ellen Keeve is in the house.
Welcome, Ellen. Nice of you to join us.
And I agree with Gary. Gary said, the Leafs should have been up for the game last night. No compete level last night. I give them a F effort about that one over there. I agree. I think the league need to just give us a goalie fight. Bennington is just why not Mr. Natap? We should do that. Like I don't know at some point, but Rumble goalies match up in the rink, and the referee will be Danny T. And you can get all the goalies set up in the Rumble rink, Mr. Natap. But we'll be interesting about what happening. When I cannot watch you, 2 of today's, I miss a big part. Thanks so much, Mr. Andre. Very kind of you to say that for us about this. Coach ENORTAP, Eddie is 11-2 since the All-Star game. Opinion could see them winning the West.
You could very well, William. Like LA's actually surprised me as well. Not because I didn't think that they had the potential.
Without Fiala, by the way.
Yeah, without Fiala. But, I mean, now that they picked up Korpisalo, I mean, talk about a trade that's benefited both teams. It looks like Quick is, starting to come back into his own, and Korpisalo is looking good in LA. I think he's undefeated now, and they're both looking good. These guys on much better teams are showing their true talent, and it could carry them far. LA is well stacked down the middle. Defensively, that was another very good pickup with Gavrikov. So they're looking good. I like LA. And
you talk about Dallas earlier, where they are balanced. I think Los Angeles King already balanced about that. Whatsoever, yes. They don't have a snapper for 45 goals. I think their offensive is more like balanced with Kemp, Villardi, Kopitar, Danu can score. The 3 line can score, and the 4 line is really a work ethic. Very example with Lizotte over there. And it is the one team, we talk about chemistry. They never get a chemistry with the Rangers yet, with Kane, everybody. Los Angeles, they just put 2 players in the lineup, and let's move on the train forward. And you're absolutely right about that. Great comment, great question about that, Mr. William. Don't worry, and the leave is in a 5 is at the Tampa Bay Lightning. It'll be interesting what you got. RG Calabro is in the house, Mr. Tap. Welcome back.
Hey, RJ.
I need to put ego aside. We need L tonight, Ellen Keeve, about that. So Montreal Canadiens play tonight. You get the Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers destroyed the Montreal Canadiens, I believe, twice this year, if I can recall it very properly.
You're right.
Surprisingly, Martin Saint-Louis returned with Montembeault tonight, a back-to-back game for Montembeault. A lot of people was expect Allen tonight and then Montembeau for Saturday. And the question was asked him about why Montembeau. He said he won the last game, and I just feel like he deserved to go back between the pipe, and that was the only answer about Montembeau. And honestly, he won the game last game, stopped the seventh straight loss by the Montreal Canadiens. On the flip side, Martin Saint Louis, I watched him today on the press conference. You can see now he's tired. Yeah, when I said tired, not tired the hockey, but when you become a center tap at 15 game, 10 game at the season, we have no source of motivation to win the game, and you see that question repeat all the time, and you know what I mean, like it's getting now a mechanic robot showing under the mic and talk, and that's it. That's all right. So you can see a little bit. It's not like, all right, hurry up, I've got other things to do about this. So keep his motivation, attention until the end. It's not going to be easy. And for him, great words of Paul Maurice about Martin Saint Louis today on the flip side. So really nice to hear Maurice talking about the Martin Saint Louis head coach. But Martin Saint Louis have to find a way to fight for himself, to stay motivated, to bring that team at the same level every single game. About that one there. And I go back to Hélène. I need to put ego aside. We need a last tonight. At this point, Miss on top, I don't really care. Like, why to lose?
If they win or lose, you mean if they win or lose, you don't care?
We're not going to go nowhere anyway. We're going to finish what we at. Like, finish 28 or 27. It's not changed anything on my eyes.
Well, I think it does make a difference, because if they can get the fourth pick overall, they're still in very good position. You will still get a franchise player. The fifth one might be a little bit dicier, but if you finish any higher than 5, like if you finish 6th from the bottom, you're going to get a good player. Let's not make any mistake about that, but you're not going to get a franchise player. I think when you're looking at Fantilli, Carlson, Bedard, Michkov, like you're talking about generational play. Well, franchise players, not generational.
Yeah.
But franchise.
Here's what happening, Mr. Tap. You become number 6, right? And then you see Smith gone, Carlson, Michkov, Fantilli, and Bedard. This number 6 pick is very important. And they don't have a lot of Benson or any other players around him. It's not like a big, so the mistake to make a bad pick, it could happen number 6 compared to number 5. Number 5, you get Will Smith, you know you're going to get something there. But number 6 is a little bit harder, in my opinion, because Will Smith is getting closer to Leon Carlson at the end. Yeah. And I feel like you have it's fun between 5 and 6, in my opinion. But I understand Hélène, right? But where we at right now, I still let's try to win. Let's try to play hard. Let's see what happening here, and not to let it go and then just go there.
Well, I think that's part of the. I think that's part of the reason why Martin St. Louis is tired at this point, because I think he realizes as well, as much as he wants to win, that it doesn't really benefit right now to get to that stage. You're better off, okay, put in the good effort as long as that's there. That's the critical part of the equation. But you don't want to come away with 2 points, except when they play the Toronto Maple Leafs, of course. But sorry, Leaf fans, but
I'm sorry about that. Ron said if Dano and Alvinson score, they're going to have 6 different score, 20 goals for the Kings. So talk about balance. We just talk about this. That give you an idea, Mr. Tap. Finally, Strubble stock is going to start with the Laval Rocket when you'll be ready. We're in number 3, Mr. Tap. They use another rule in NHL. I forgot about this. You can ask him to be an amateur tryout to go there for the Laval Rocket, but he cannot participate on the playoff at the end of the year if the Laval Rocket make the playoffs. So I just want to clarify that one, Mr. Tap. For this, we're going to consider with all the news in NHL. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Bussy Flower knocked the door. Thanks to be a part of the Hockey Nation show, Mr. Bossy. St. Louis Bennington got suspended 2 games, Mr. Tap, confirmed after yesterday. Ottawa Senator announced Joseph will be out for weekly now, for week to weeks. Mathieu Joseph for Ottawa. Winnipeg announced the season is over for Dave Garnier and Pierre Dubois not going to play tonight. And the QM announced, Mr. Tap, no fight now. They banned all the fights in the QM Junior. This is the first big league announced that here in North America. And we wait to see what the OHL, WHL is going to do, Mr. Tap, but no fight for the next couple of years, for start next year, Mr. Tap, and QM. So, what interesting about that, Mr. Tap, 5:33, Mr. Tap, we don't have no time, but I want to talk tomorrow about the hard to win in NHL. I'll give you a couple of examples why it's so hard right now. Example, Ottawa Buffalo. And Rick Bengal gave me some stat. Very interesting. Boston, Toronto, and they have a Tampa Bay where another team is on top. They are good team in NHL, but the American Hockey League team are good too. And that's part of the good service. That's part of who they are. And that's something you have to follow up about that. But I'm going to go a little bit more
But
deeper.
no big surprise, though. No big surprise, though, Coach.
Yeah.
I mean, that should be the practice, right? Like one should follow the other, if not immediately, within a short span of time. But look at Laval right now. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not quite where they should be, but they have a good.
Oh, they do
system
exactly
as
what
well.
Montreal do, Mr. Natab, this year, Laval.
Well, not exactly, because they're only like 5 or
No,
6
no.
points out of
It's
third
because
place.
they have a lot of injuries too.
Yes, you're right.
So they said, if Montreal gets injury, we're going to get injury too in Laval. So that's happening because they missed a couple of people. Byron got hurt, Primo got hurt. They have a bet, I think at the beginning, Denzel. And then you got Baudin at some point. Nollander is out. Frey Brother is out. You're going to see they miss a lot of players with injuries. And Laval Rocket. I just want to share this about that one. Then, Mr. Tap, we're going to go to the gel already. It's time for the gel, Mr. Tap, the Danny Conti gel. And we have for sure only one person go there, Mr. Tap. He's returning for a couple of times now. Randy N, Mr. Tap, is the one have to get there. I'm not know if we're ready to lock him up.
Let's do it.
That's it. Next 24 hours, Mr. Randy N is going to be stuck over there with all the shrimp and the rest of everything happening, Mr. Tap. Unfortunately for him. And it is what it is. Don't worry. We'll be fine. You'll be all right about that. But again, we want to congratulate Run with Kings, Luciano, and ENORTAP, following by Vinny and King Gamer and Chicago. All of them are 3-1, and they are on the boss. So that's what's happening about this one over there. Otherwise, based on the effort, at least they stay below a 7 pick. I agree with you, Andre, about the 7 pick under. I think that's a great way to see that about that. Mr. Ezro, here we go. It's time to pick it up. Some information about the game tonight.
Yeah, let's look at this one. Defending Stanley Cup champions, they're going to look to secure a top 3 spot in the Central Division as they take on the Senators in Ottawa tonight. It's looking like Georgiev against Sogard, but this was not confirmed last time I checked. The Avalanche, well, they will be coming into this game at the foot of, playing the Leafs yesterday, and they didn't, even though they won the game, I didn't think that they played a particularly great game, but they were the more persistent team, and I think in the end, that's what got them through and earned them the extra point. With Colorado being on the second night of a back-to-back from yesterday's game that even went into a shootout, this could easily be an upset victory for the Senators if they're not careful. I mean, God knows that Ottawa has the players to, put the puck in the net, especially Kachuk and Stutzel are having a great year for them. And, if they just get some goaltending, that would go a long way in helping them here. But the Avs themselves have enough firepower, and I don't think they expended themselves too much last night that you say they might lose their legs. I think
So the
you'll see a
goaltender, Mr.
different
Tap, is
McKinnon.
Jonas Johansson.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me because Georgia played last night as well. So Sogard is then confirmed. Okay. Um, I don't know. I just think the Avs have enough firepower of their own in McKinnon, Makar, Ratinen. Right now, they're firing on full cylinders. The Senators just allowed 6 goals on Tuesday night and have allowed at least 4 goals in each of their last 5 games. Now, if you look at their overall records between the two of them, Colorado's 5-3-2 in the last 10 games, and they're 4-1 in the last 5, in particular, games against Ottawa. So I'm going to take Colorado to win this one, but I think it'll be close, 4-3.
4-3, Mr. Tap. Congratulations about that one there. I took Colorado, but now I'm going to show my score, Mr. Tap. I'm going to go 5-4.
5-4. Okay.
Yeah, I changed it because now goaltender not looking good. Here we go.
Montreal and Florida here. So the Canadians travel to Florida, which is not a good sign for any team when they go to Florida. Too many distractions. And this is the third time this season that these two are playing. The Panthers won both games this season by a combined score of 13-4. So it's not surprising to see the Canadians lose, but they have really had zero success against a pretty, I would say, average Panthers team. They were able to secure a 6-4 win the other night against the Penguins, but it's unlikely that they'll have that kind of success again tonight. Bobrovsky is expected to start for Florida. And of course, we just heard that Monty is playing again in net for Montreal. The last 10 games, Florida is 7-3 against Montreal. So I'm going to take Florida to win this one by a margin of 4-3.
4-3, Mr. Tap. Oh, that's very close.
What do you have?
5-3.
5-3. Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. And then
Game
we
of the
have
night.
Pittsburgh and the Rangers. Yeah, we keep saying that for these two guys, right? Jari and Shesterkin are both confirmed for this game. They face off for the second time this week. Tonight, except the venue changes. Now they're in New York. They're playing at Madison Square Gardens. The Penguins escaped Sunday's game over the Rangers in overtime, and in what was pretty much a tightly contested matchup. So expect another rather tough, intense battle between these two tonight. The Penguins have won both matchups over the Rangers at home this season by a score of 3-2. So these teams play very tight games down to the final whistle. The Rangers, they picked up a win over the Capitals since Sunday's matchup, and they should be happy to get the Penguins on their home ice where they've had plenty of success this year. The Rangers have a huge edge in net, I think, with Shesterkin in, who continues to dominate over opposing teams. While the Penguins, their season really comes down to the poor play of Jari and DeSmith this year. The Rangers are 5-3-2 the last 10 games that they've played. And Pittsburgh, even though they've won the last two, I'm going to take the Rangers tonight at home by a margin of 4-3.
Another tight game, Mr. Tap.
Tight games, yeah.
Luciano said, do not take Pittsburgh anymore. So I go to the Rangers, Mr. Tap, 4-2.
Never. Don't touch the Penguins.
Yeah, right.
Now, this one's a tough one because I think the other night when they played, Tampa Bay had to send out a message. We talked about that. At this point, I don't know if they want to send out the same kind of message, but the Devils will be prepared, and this time it's in Jersey. So we'll see what comes of this game. I think New Jersey is a better overall team, and they've shown like a ton of consistency. There were points in the season when you thought that they were going to drop off, and they did have a couple of streaks, but like a good team, they don't allow those streaks to prolong too long. I like the progression I've seen in the Devils. Their only thing is they lack a little bit of experience to really make a difference in the playoffs. But you never know. Depending on the matchups in the playoffs, anything can happen. Tampa Bay is 9-2-0 in the last 11 matches between these two teams. But I'm going to go in New Jersey with this one. It goes against my better instincts, but I'm going to try to go with my head and not my heart here. I think New Jersey wins this one 4-3.
4-3. That's easy. 3-2, Mr. ENORTAP, New Jersey tonight.
New Jersey 3-2. Okay. So far we're on
Boston
the
and
same
Winnipeg.
page.
Again, you Winnipeg Jets, so I will give you the Winnipeg Jets
Oh
3-2
boy.
for you. And I'm going to give my Boston 3-2 tonight.
Oh, well, shall we stop there? Boston 3-2. No. Here's the problem. Right now, a lot of effort. Like Winnipeg has not played bad lately. In their last 3 or 4 games, I thought they've put their act together despite the injuries that they've had. But they're really starting to feel the absence of Morrissey. I mean, this guy, if he doesn't win the Norris, he will definitely be in the top 2 or 3 in that conversation and in the voting. I think he's the kind of player that when the fight gets big, he puts a lot more on his shoulders and he carries that team, just like I think Hellebuck does as well. They're 2 key players to this team. But Boston is so well rounded. I know they're on a losing streak. They lost, 2 games, and I forget. I think it was something like 4 out of the last 5 or something. And the last game they lost 6-3 at the hands of the Blackhawks. But when you look at this team overall, they're just too strong in all aspects. Boston, on top of that, is 7-1-2, and more specifically 3-0 in the last 3 games against Winnipeg. So I'm going to take the Bruins by a margin of 4-2.
Or you go with the Bruins now.
Yes, sir.
4-2, Mr. ENORTAP. He changed his mind because I put Boston, so that's good to hear that.
Is that what you think? Don't worry. I'll be taking Winnipeg down the road.
I give 1 point to Boston, to Winnipeg.
1 point?
Yeah.
You think
They're
it's
going
going to go
to, they'll
overtime?
be on overtime.
Oh, okay. I don't share that optimism, but we'll see. You might be right. Chicago, Nashville. The Predators, they've won 3 straight games headed into this one against the Blackhawks. They're in Nashville tonight. Stalock and Saros are confirmed starters. The Blackhawks are coming off. Both of them are actually coming off a huge wins recently. Chicago over the Bruins, and uh, you might say an unthinkable upset. And they've been skating with a lot of confidence lately. But you know what? That luck will come short very, very quick for them. And I say that because eventually the high of winning a couple games wears off when you don't have the talent that can carry you on a sustained basis. And even though Stalock has played very, very well, he is going up against a much better goalie in Saros, who's really carried Nashville pretty much the whole year. I think single-handedly the reason why they're even hanging on to the potential of getting into the playoffs. Nashville is also 8-0-2 in the last 10 matchups between these two. So I'm going to take Nashville to win this one by a margin of 4-2.
4-3, Mr. ENORTAP.
Nashville, okay.
We want to welcome Mr. WST, Mr. ENORTAP, and we want to welcome Marco Larabie, Mr. ENORTAP. Two great person about that one over there. But the white Nissan, Mr. ENORTAP, is in the house. Just is late. He's really late right now, and Jennifer not very happy right now at home. And she just texts him and cat words. Put your butt at home right now. The kid are screaming at the table. So right now you can see the Ford, the Nissan, white Nissan right now on the direction of the house, Mr. ENORTAP.
What a lead-in. That's amazing, Dixon.
Yeah, that's a great way to see that. I know you're waiting for the next game, right? I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. We got that. Dallas and Edmonton. The Stars, they continue their road trip tonight. It takes them through Edmonton after that 5-2 defeat to the Vancouver Canucks on Tuesday night. The Stars currently in first place in the Central with a record of 37-18-13. They've been one of the most complete teams in the league this year. They rank fifth in goals for with 236 and sixth in goals against with 185. Robertson is having another career year after he signed that nice new contract. He's got 85 points in 68 games. But I think the key that's really created that depth for Dallas is the fact that some of their older stars have come to play this year. It's unfortunate that Sagan got injured, but Ben is really carrying this team, helping to carry this team at this point. The Oilers, they come in after a 6-3 win over Ottawa. They're currently third in the Pacific, and they're still fighting hard for a quality playoff spot. Nothing is a given for them. We keep thinking that it is, but they got to do their job, and that's go out every single game and try to win as many as they can. They rank first in the league in offense. That's no surprise to any of us. The questions come with their defense and goaltending. Skinner's had a decent year, a decent to good year. Campbell, on the other hand, has been all over the map. He's put in a couple good games, but he's also put in a couple of duds along the way. I think when you look at these two in terms of the points, albeit that both of them want to get points here for different reasons, I think Edmonton should be a little bit hungrier and more desperate for these points, even though Dallas is 6-3-1 in the last 10 games. So I will go with the Oilers tonight. Ottinger is confirmed. Skinner, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I'll go with Edmonton 4-3 Edmonton.
All right, sounds good to me. I go with 5-3, Mr. ENORTAP.
5-3, okay. Edmonton?
Yep.
Okay. And next, is Calgary still relevant in this league? I don't know. They're quickly falling off the map, whereas Vegas is doing quite the opposite. They continue to amaze and win games in different ways. Most recently, they've picked up Quick, and he's done extremely well. It's really woken the team up. I think that they return home now on a 4-game win streak. So that part worries me a little bit because we all know the effects of coming off of a road trip and playing the first game back at home. It usually doesn't go very well for the home team. But I got to believe that they're a lot more solid as a team than Calgary is. and they're riding on a lot of confidence. So I'm going to go with Vegas. First of all, they're 7-3-0 the last 10 games that they've played against Calgary. But I'm going to go with Vegas to win this one by 4-3 margin.
What was the score?
4-3.
Final score?
4-3
Or
for
4-3?
Vegas.
4-3. Yes. All right. 4-2, Mr. Tap.
Vegas? Okay.
4-2 at that. I asked Luciano. Luciano said take Vegas. Okay, that's all right.
So I'm starting to learn what you're doing. You're not looking at Luciano's scores, are you?
I know.
Oh, well, that's okay. It's okay. Luciano's doing a great job. Vancouver, Arizona, a Western Conference tilt.
There we go.
The
Enough
Canucks.
time to go with Arizona tonight.
Well, they are in the Mullet Arena again, Coach. And these teams have faced off just once this year in a game. The Canucks won 3-2, and it's Vancouver's first game inside the Mullet Arena, the University Arena that the Coyotes right now are calling home. Neither team will be headed to the playoffs, as we know, but they are playing for pride. And I think Arizona has really done a great job of building a winning culture as they await the arrival of Matthews. That's for Rick. I know. I agree with him. The Canucks they're on fire as of late. They've won 5 straight games and 6 out of their last 7. But all these games were at home. But now they hit the road, so we'll see how that translates once they're on the road. One thing for certain is the Coyotes have been great at home. They have a record of 18-11-3 at home, and they've won 5 of their past 7 games there. I expect the Coyotes to win here again because they've taken down some pretty good teams. They've taken down at home, they've taken down Vegas, they've taken down Tampa Bay, they've taken down Toronto, they've taken down Minnesota twice, I think, and some other ones that right now slipped my mind. But it's been quite fascinating what they're doing. The only caveat here is Vejmelka is not the confirmed starter. It's Prosvetov. So I don't know how that'll translate in terms of the game, but I'm going to stick to Arizona by a score of 4-3.
4-3, Mr. Tap. I go with Vancouver, Mr. Tap, 4-3.
Why?
We want to welcome Yann Genet is on the house, Mr. Tap, and Marco Larrabee knocked the door. So thank you so much to be with the Hockey Nation Show, both of you. And that's what we got right now, Mr. Tap. Then the next game.
You didn't answer my question. Why'd you take Vancouver?
Because they won
Because
5
of the
straight.
Okay. Okay.
And
we'll
Vejmelka is not between the pipe.
I know. That's my only concern, but that's okay.
That's a really good concern, by the way.
Yeah, it is. But they are.
If you want to help you, I took Los Angeles King 4 to Mr. Tap. I don't know if that helped you.
Oh, well. Oh, that's really reaching, Coach. That's a tough one. I like it when you show me those kind of games that I've already decided on. Here, let's make it easy. I went with LA 5-2. You
5
want a
to 2,
little bit
Los
of
Angeles King.
analysis here, or should we just skip it over?
5-2.
Yes, 5-2.
That's a good one. Pick up the right one with them, Mr. Tap. I think you did a good choice about that one with there. And Seattle Kraken versus San Jose Sharks, Mr. Tap.
Yeah, let me guess. Seattle?
Yep, 4-2.
I knew you'd go there, yes.
You know me, like honestly, San Jose possible to finish at the bottom of this standing.
Yeah, only because Columbus has a couple games in hand, maybe. But we'll see. I think the bottom 3 are pretty much set.
Yeah.
If anything, it's Anaheim, Montreal, those kind of teams in that group, Arizona, that we have to be worried about. Seattle, they come into this game having lost 3 in a row. Uh, um, they did have to face Dallas twice in that stretch, so that helps explain it. They're fifth in the league in goals for. They're 5-4-1 in their past 10. The goaltending hasn't been great this year, but you know what? Grubauer has been playing much better as of late. For San Jose, they're 1-7-2 in their last 10 games, and they've lost 4 straight, and they've been outscored 21-9 in that stretch. So it's hard to win hockey games when you're giving up that many goals, let alone when your offense goes dry. And right now they're ranked 24th in the league. Seattle's the better team on paper, and they have enough weapons, I believe, to win this game. The only saving grace, maybe for San Jose, is if Reimer stands on his head tonight, but I don't anticipate that. So I'll take Seattle 4-3.
4-3, Mr. NORTAP. There we go.
Yeah.
4-2, Mr. NORTAP for me. That's concluded. We want to welcome back Mr. Dave Zucker from Florida. Back in the house, ready to watching the Boston Bruins tonight. Big rumor, Mr. NORTAP, from the Florida Panthers looking to trade for Erik Karlsson during the summer. Yep.
I don't know if that's a good move. I don't know.
Well, it would be interesting if it's happening. Mr. NORTAP, we want to welcome Mr. Michael Cournoyeur, the brother of the Roadrunner. Michael is in the house.
Welcome, Michael.
If your brother, Mr. NORTAP, is a Roadrunner, are you call yourself like a deer?
I guess.
If you want to see on the same, or in the same path of that, I don't know. Because the deer, the chevreuil Cournoyeur, and then you have the Roadrunner Cournoyeur. I don't know. I think I feel the same way about that. So welcome both of you. Thanks so much, everybody, to be a part of the show. I know. We may say a couple of likes to get 30 tonight, but we was close to get there. We want to welcome everybody again for the show. If you did not click on the like, that'd be great. Mr. NORTAP, at the end of the show, we always ask this question, and I'm always looking for where is this question, because I always forgot where is the question. But now I know what it is. Mr. NORTAP, it's the time to tell us what are you looking for tonight?
Well, it's the wild card games, right? Pittsburgh and the Rangers is a big one. You have Tampa Bay, New Jersey, and we'll see if Calgary, once and for all, is out of the equation when they lose to Vegas tonight.
If I ask you this question, Mr. NORTAP, last question of the night.
Go ahead.
That was a team win and we don't expect every night, every time. So tonight, one team you think you're going to win and you don't expect.
San Jose.
San Jose tonight, you don't expect. They maybe win tonight, you don't expect about it. I was close. Yeah, I was worried you said the Montreal Canadiens at some point. I said Ellen would be upset. I don't want Ellen leave the building with some upset about that, Mr. NORTAP.
No,
but
Ellen and I see it the same way.
You did it again, Mr. NORTAP. A great job tonight. But before we leave, we want to thank everybody, moderator, the people in the chat. We wish everybody good luck for your prediction. And you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. You have greatness inside of you, Mr. NORTAP, like you do every single time. But before we leave, we invite to tell the people, be well, be healthy. Find a way not to leave your day, but find a way to donate the first half of what, Mr. NORTAP?
You're 2023.
He did it again. Have an amazing, great night, Mr. NORTAP. Everybody in the chat, I will see you in the next couple of minutes for another Montreal Canadian game, Mr. NORTAP. Have an amazing, great night.
Take care, everyone.